Wow, that's yeah, damn. Right, so this is the playable teaser for Return to Nangrim. I don't know anything about this besides that it is a fantasy dwarf game. Yeah, that's literally all I know. The following experience is not a fully fledged demo nor a vertical slice. However, it contains some selected features in alpha state to give an impression of the look and feel of the final game. Main features like combat or the crystal garden are not yet available in this build. Okay. The stone beard is only as strong as a stone beneath his feet. Razor sharp. Okay. Keep your torch close when darkness approaches, or else you may be eaten by a grur. Breamville's Northern Nangrim. Goat.
They came as a whisper, words so quietly wrapped that the truth may not hear, until that whisper became a growl, impossible to ignore, impossible to outvoice. We were not prepared. That which came upon us lied far beyond our imagination. Our plans, strategies, defense, in vain. The accomplishment of generations, the history of families, their joy, their sorrow, shattered in the blink of an eye. We stood strong, axes and hammers drawn. Our army, the Guardians with their best beards, every beard. But the great gates fell, and what followed after
Their best beards. Okay.
sealed our fate. In the depths of the mountains, a stonebeard uses a Manali stone's glow to separate night from day, darkness from light. Our glow has not yet gone out, and we will not make room for the darkness. In the midst of the chaos, I hid away our most precious treasure, and in this hour that I know my time has come, I will pass this world knowing that victory is ours, if not today, certainly in a tomorrow that will soon come. By the names of the fallen kings, may Tal'Doran give us his strength.
Don't mind me.
What happened?
Great question. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, okay,
It's
that.
cold. I should look out for a shelter.
Oh,
I must have brought some equipment with me.
I woke up.
To find it first.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I woke up with an unbearable headache. What am I? What am I doing here? Most importantly, who am I? I'm shaking. It's getting darker. Should look for shelter. Right. Okay. That feels a lot better, but it's. I don't know. I'm really not great. Ooh, hello. Northern ice mint. The difference herb may be edible.
I need something to store this in.
My pocket?
I need something to store this in.
Okay then. Red glowing runt, a small red glowing mushroom. Let me guess.
I need something to store this in.
Stored in your. Ooh. A lantern. Ah, a bag. A simple of the backpack. I need something to store this in.
Backpack. I'll need this for sure. A red glowing shroom.
And, axe handle.
I've got the handle of an axe. Now if Taldaran means me well, there might be a chance I'll find the corresponding head.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? That's okay, 1 second. I don't know what this stuff is particularly used for, but you know.
I can't go over that bridge without repairing it first.
Ah.
Some good old wooden planks. They will do the job. Now the way isn't shut anymore.
True, but I would like to see if there was any. There was that note over there. Let's go have a look at that first, because you never know what's on the note. Part of a letter. Okay. Dark inventory. Okay, can I not? Yours. Oh, with the current can't fucking. That material. Ugh. I'm not great at reading cursive, and so without some sort of overlay that just puts it in plain printed text, I'm kind of at a loss. I can only make out little bits and pieces, but not enough to really get a, you know, suss out the core of what was being saying.
Those barricades block the way.
Ah, but the axe head.
The luck of a dwarf. Now, I just have to combine those two.
Right.
A rusty old axe. Here comes Taldir.
Here comes Taldir.
Let's keep moving.
There was one block back there. Can I go and break that one too? I can punch. Can I not, like, get the wood? Oh, that's that's not a tree. That's a support. That was a very meaty thump of a punch. Just wah!
Here comes Taldir.
Okay. Oh, wood. Excellent. Sign hasn't physic. The citadel should provide shelter. I should go there. I should, but I was busy having a bit of a lark. Damn, that's cool. I mean, that is... Whew.
Finally. Let's see what's behind that door.
The sunlight is quite bright. Oh.
A citadel. I should take a look around.
Very. Oh, it was a wee spot. Great. Spiders.
I'm not sure if I should have a bite. Then again, I am hungry.
Fuckers over the place, aren't you? Oh! It went! That one really doesn't want to die, does it? It's just oh. A key. The scriptorium.
A key to the scriptorium.
A note for Bagan. Ah, here we go. Oh my god, Fuck off. I'm trying to read stuff. There's lore abouts. Please run my order also this time. Please hoot yourself. It's the second time that Dendarin has bound the book, and again the pages fell outflanked to the citadel. I know you're not only a Giskerban, but also a teacher, and that you believe that something will come out of that stone, but I'm not going to toy a book that is falling apart again. There'll also be spread through the citadel. 2,000 Dendarin give them visit. Tartagon Fringana. Fuck off! Oh my god. Oh, for leave me alone. No!
This door's closed.
Okay.
The lock still seems to be working, but not without a key.
Forge. Aha. We have gained access to the library. Books and
Well then,
feathers.
dusty books and rotten chairs.
I can break the barrels. Excellent. Under the northern mountains old lies the glorious kingdom of stone, the mighty kings of iron and gold reigning ever since on the mountain throne. Their splendid beard shall never cease to grow, their iron crown shall enlighten the lands. Salute the kings of stone and snow, honor the kings in their golden hands. Of the dawn of kings that it is known, they will live in their mighty hall, wealth is great and gold's alone, the dwarven king shall never fall. Under the northern mountains old lies the glorious kingdom of stone, the mighty kings of iron and gold reigning ever since the mountain throne, on the mountain throne. The lions await the silver ore, the caverns gems shine the dark, as once were told by ancient lore, under the mountain throne's arc. Oh.
Under the northern mountains old
Oh. Oh, my.
lies the glorious kingdom of stone. The mighty kings of iron and gold, reigning ever since on the mountain throne. Their splendid beards shall never cease to grow, their iron crown
shall enlighten the lands. Salute the kings of stone and snow. Honor the kings and their golden hands. At the dawn of kings it is known. What care we for ships of far-off land?
You're interrupting the song, damn it!
Gold in our hands. The dwarven king shall never fall. Under the northern mountains old lies the glorious kingdom of stone. The mighty kings of island gold, reigning ever since on the mountain throne. The mines await with silver ore. The caverns gems shine the dark, as once foretold by ancient lore. Under the mountain thrones are, under the northern mountains old.
Oh, he'll just keep. Okay.
Lies the glorious kingdom of stone.
Twas lovely, but I'll just take it with me. Oh. Well. A basic spoon.
A key to the mine.
Baggins said something about a danger that emerges from the mine. Does she want to explore that? Does it?
So, if I'm putting everything together correctly, this must be Bagon.
Dendaran, I hope you won't read this letter, as it means I'm dead. And you are in danger too. There's voices from the mine. Something terrible is going to happen. The Stone Widow's coming further up the tunnel. The storms, not to mention the incident with Endon. There's something going on. I'm not talking about the Cabal theories of those hidden stone cults. Dendaran, I might just be losing my mind, but still, if you read that letter, please leave as far as you can. There's something coming. I will not abandon my post, but you are not bound to anything. You could grow into something big. Please don't waste your introverse old beards. May Talron watch over you. Bagon. Oh, I'll take you in then. Alright. Tin Banandir 2307 AGW in Book of the Crystals from Tales of Adafin, 4 Wheels of Black Ink, out 300 notebooks, 3 nibs. Rindu, or the ink maker, finally brought some urgently expected inkwells. We sat down together for a meal and he told me that the recent storms have hit their village hard as well. Inundation was the least. The trees fell from lightning strikes and 2 of their sheep have been killed, one by lightning and the other ran away and drowned. He told me they are thinking about moving to Taldersheim, hoping to live in a supportive community. Too bad we lose such a great ink maker, but as a friend, I can only wish him well. Reminds me that I have to instruct Andon to repair the citadel roof that has been affected by the storm. Wetness is poison for our precious books. Most of the beards and braids in the citadel are employed with is that a separation of man and woman kind of thing? Employed in the renovation of the roof, as more storms have announced themselves. One of the new students that have arrived last week is very inquisitive. He wanted to know everything about the books we're keeping in the scriptorium. Good to know all of those beardless have only have none on their head. In book Flowers and Blossoms of Adafin, copy assignment, out book of Crystals 1. Fognas has brought her flowers and Blossom's book for copying. 3 of the Citadel students have expressed their interest in earning from her, and she's a very conning lass. So she's offering them to have a copy of her book. Unfortunately, not many of our withstanders write down their wisdom to read to our students, so of course, I'll do her this favor. With our new apprentice starting tomorrow, this should be a task of no time. Book training in a book basic training of dwarvery, right edition assignment out. Letters to end on. Dandaron is a good stone. His skills are not fully evolved, but he's a bit blinder.
What madness feels like.
Maybe I'm in the middle of something. First you interrupt the singing, now you interrupt the reading. Will you hush, sir? Please. Your decorum is lacking. This is your beard, that is. But his heart is as big as his belly, and he wouldn't even do a bug no harm. I'll let him rebind Tardagon's book. Let's see how he does. I haven't heard from Indon quite in a while, and as we all also run low on ink, I wrote him a letter and gave it to Aristina so that she might bring it to him when she visits the village next time. In basic code dwarf rebind, I'm out a bit. It's done about Indon. Unusual for him to not to come around in such a long time, but then again, times have been difficult. Tardagon brought his book as it fell apart once more. I'll talk to Dandaron and show him the procedure again. Haldron will be our guest as a tutor. I'm happy to see a good friend bard again. In book, the Book of Time. Out book, basic training dwarvery by assignment. I've heard that Balastrian will visit us, as he's bringing a letter for Haldoran. I'll use this chance to ask him if he could pay Indon a visit, since there's until no message for him. From him. In 10 wells of ink from Nangrim. Out. Balastrian came with some unsettling news. Rumors emerged from the Tempest Valley, telling stories about residents disappearing. Most of them returned sometime later, but they seemed changed. Like a completely different being. He told me that it has been said that one villager even cut off his own finger by accident, without even the slightest expression on his face. He tried to appease me, but I know that Balastrian's information is usually very adequate. Even if I'm still wondering why he's always so well informed. But then again, he's a courier in Nangrim. He promised me to look after Indon and report back his findings. In book, a collection of poems about Turim the Great. This morning I heard these strange noises.
Closely, I can hear them. Those that lived here. Wait, it's just insects.
Thank you. This morning I heard these strange noises coming from the mine again. I thought my old ears were tricking me, but after Balastrian's visit I'm not sure anymore. I haven't talked to anyone about this, but I'll keep an eye on it. Furthermore, I will also have to talk to Dandaron. He filthied everything with that gooey red mush he's eating all the time. I think he makes them out of these red mushrooms that have been growing around the Citadel recently. Aha! Food! Eat the mushrooms, mushroom. But either way, I'm happy no book was harmed, but he needs to be more careful. Also, Turnos Finstudier will start soon, and the whole Citadel needs to be prepared. I'll send him out for some procurement. In letter from Balastrian. Out. Finally, some news from Balastrian, but they are as sad as they are menacing. He found no clue about Indon's whereabouts, but there was a huge blood trail from the entrance of his home to the backyard. So much blood that a full-grown beard would not survive losing it. Chances are it might not have been Indon's blood, but then again, he wouldn't have left his door wide open. And in the context of his disappearance, I fear the worst. Also, these voices from the mines. I fear them more often since the Turnos Finstudier, and I'm not sure what sinister force is behind all that. Or maybe I'm just slowly losing my mind.
I'll complete that book at Tardagon's. Maybe this will help me find a way out of here. And if not, at least it sharpens my skills.
Aye. Alright. Ooh.
Lecture 1. Reading.
Even if reading is considered a basic requirement, careful and accurate reading must be mastered by every young beard and braid. Some text carries secrets and hidden information.
Alright, I found the first page. Now let's see what this is all about.
Tales and Legends of Arafin Part 1. The Tale of Fargun Simmerin the Miner. Fargun Simmerin stepped whistling out of his door, after saying goodbye to his wife Belandria, son Karanor, and daughter Sira. Almost hopping and light-footed, he went his way, his pickaxe shouldered with his provision bag, dirty from cold and dust attached to it. He almost caught himself, who would believe it, with a smile that wanted to sneak onto his face. Fargun was happy, as already in a few days the Mingar festivity would take place, which was only held every few years during the season of Tavaltor. Sira was especially looking forward to it, for it should be her first Mingar festivity. Therefore, she only knew it from her rather sweet telling in his imagination, of course decorated the fact with manifold details. Before Fargun could make his way to work, Sira jumped at him and he picked her up so that she might sit on his right shoulder. She looked at him with huge sparkling eyes and asked him, "We encountered the eight-legged mine monster at the mine celebration. Will we fight it? Can I drink Norbandjal with you?" Fargun smiled. "No," he said while putting Sira carefully back on the floor. "There isn't some eight-legged mine monster, and you sure won't drink any Norbandjal, that's for sure." But Sira already had picked up her wooden axe and was toddling away, emitting battle noises, with her hair tied together in the two little braids fluttering in the wind. Fargun shook his head, taking a look at Karanor. "You were supposed not to tell her such stories," he whispered, hoping his wife would not hear him. "Indeed, Karanor, your father is absolutely right," Belandria said, now that a mischievous sound in her voice, as she brought Fargun his provision bag. "They might bring Sira to bed for a week and try to talk her out of that nonsense." As she added, her voice more serious. Karanor rolled his eyes, taking a bite from his meal in order not to need to comment on his mother's warning. "Tustanirin from a ta yorin, Yonirin," Fargun said, and left, not without a goodbye kiss for his daughter and woman, and a tap on shoulder for
What care have we for ships of far-off lands? When all we need is gold in our hands.
Are you about done? The day in the mine went by rather quickly. Hatar and Samatar had nothing better in mind than vying with each other who might drink more Norbandjal in the Mingar festivity. Fargun was not participating in the discussion, but could not get around without commentating on the scene with an amused shake of his head. His expression suddenly darkened as his gaze wandered to the instability in the back half of the mine. "Hataran, didn't we tell the mine overseer the instability and the mine could collapse any time?" "We did," Hataran answered. 3 times already, but he not think it was important and we should be take care of our work instead of grumbling around. If you're asking me, that one is still green behind his ears like an elf, and has no idea what he's talking about. Fargun dropped his pickaxe to the floor, then trudged into the mine overseer's office, without a word of greeting or introduction. "We have to close down the back half of the mine. The danger of collapse is too imminent. We cannot expose our men to such risk." "My men!" The mine overseer replied with an angry voice to answer Fargun's salutation. "Also, you seem to forget that in a few days the Mingar festivity will take place. And where do you think we should host that many beads and braids? Is your urge for attention that big that you're risking more our men's lives than the ones of their family? Guard your tongue, Fargun. If you don't like how I manage my mind, you're absolutely free to seek your luck elsewhere." "I see," Fargun said, turned around and went back to work. Maybe it was really time. That night, Fargun did get no rest, his thoughts depriving him of his sleep. The following day was the day of the Mingar festivity. Sira was already awake bright and early, whirling around reminding anyone, in this case Fargun, Belandria, and Karanor, that today the
Standing in the dark won't get me out of here.
Hush! Vol festivity take place. For the rest of the day, Belandria took the children running errands, which allowed Fargun to make up for some of the missed sleep. In the evening, all were getting ready for the celebration. Sira buckled up her wooden axe in case they would encounter the mine monster. Karanor was moaning around as he did not want to join the party. He would never work in a mine, so why take part in the mine festivity? Belandria was straightening her braids with a smile. She was looking forward to the festivity, and her husband's work filled her with pride, and she enjoyed spending time at his side. Also, her cheerful spirit used to brighten up even the grumpiest of all gatherings. Fargun was well aware of that fact, therefore he could encounter every meeting confidently when his wife was by his side. When they arrived at the mine, they almost couldn't stop being amazed. Everything was wonderfully decorated. Colorful paper, lanterns lighting up the tunnels, the finest of food served on beautiful long tables, and barrels of boiled jar and Norbandjal to ensure a delightful evening. Having barely arrived, Sierra and Kara Nor fanning out to explore the area. At the rich food display, Belanger almost instantly got hogged by Mirna, the wife of Taran. They have been friends for a long time, so Belanger didn't mind having a small chat. Fargan was drawing a tank of Norbandjal as someone tapped his shoulder. Here, friend Bard, it was Taran, who obviously drank more than one mug of Norbandjal already. You shouldn't sneak up on me from the back next time, you might not get away so easily, Fargan joked. The evening progressed, and the atmosphere was exuberant. This was probably why no one recognized the moaning and grinding of the stone they were standing below. Oh, tragedy struck like the rocks striking the heads of the board walls! Oh no. Sierra was sitting a little further inside the tunnel, playing Find the Monster on the floor with her puppets made of stone and wood, when a small pebble from the ceiling fell into her head. She raised her gaze upwards, and dust from the stone followed the gravel, sprinkling directly into her eyes. Then, rubbing her eyes for that sight, she cried in fear, "Father, the mine monster is coming!"
So far off land, when all we need is gold in our hands.
I am trying to lure here! Alarmed, Fargan turned to the direction where he expected his daughter's voice coming from. As he realized the danger, the bars above Sierra's head were on the brink of bursting. "Sierra, go away!" Fargan screamed, and what followed seemed to him as if time stood still. Yet everything was happening within the blink of an eye. His gaze wandered to the left, where his wife was. She was closer to Sierra for her to get her out of the danger zone. Karna was to Sierra's right, and he was the first one to reach her. He grabbed his sister, holding her tight in his arms, and just at that moment, as he wanted to run away, it happened. The bar above their head burst. Nobody would have had a chance to escape the avalanche of stone that rolled over the two of them. For a second there was complete silence. No one even seemed to breathe. The silence was followed by loud chaos. Belandria, only a few steps away from where their children were buried, started shaking and bewildered. With tears in her eyes to clear away stone by stone. Some beards that stood aside ran for help, and together they tried to dig out the two children. But their undertaking should be interrupted abruptly. An enormous moan from the rocks announced the rockfall. Some men tried to run away while Fargan tried to reach his wife. Both attempts should be no success. The second avalanche was thundering down even worse onto the group. So much the complete tunnel was now filled with stone and mud. The crowd stood there petrified, except for Fargan. Now it was him, trying with all his might, digging with his bare hands through stone and mud, in desperate attempt to save what he loved most. Eventually, Hatan came close, and this time he laid a hand on Fargan's shoulder, meant that he was compassionate in that moment of destiny. But to Fargan it signalized giving up hope. And this choice was not up to debate. Angrily, he shook off his friend's hand, and as he watched his face where he meant to read, "Let it be," it all came over him. A burning pain to the core, a drilling pain that suddenly changed into furious anger. He turned around and yelled at the crowd, "You! Why don't you help?" he screamed. "My family, your kind is lying buried under stone, and you standing there doing nothing!" The mine overseer wanted to take the word that moment, but Fargan didn't even let him make a sound. "You knew what would happen! We all have warned you, and you did nothing! All of you did nothing! This is all your fault! It's your fault!" Hataran tried to calm his friend, but achieved the opposite. Fargan pushed him away, and as Hataran wanted to approach him again, he hit him in the face with full force. "Go away! All of you traitors! You're nothing but traitors!" Some of the guests already sneaked away, but now, as Fargan talked directly to them, the rest did the same. After some time, while Hataran and Samator stood behind him, no one even said a word. Fargan was digging unswervingly. At length, Hataran and Samator left as well. But Fargan prayed. He prayed for help to each force he knew in Arafin, but as even this act of desperation remained unanswered, he cursed them all. They should take part in this pain. Those working in the mines and everyone that would come too close to this place. And so he dug. Further, despite hunger. He dug despite thirst. He dug despite bloody fingers. He dug despite fatigue and weakness. He dug. Oh my god, that was... Oof. Never pretend that a work of fiction has to be long in order to truly grip at you, because that, short as it was put together so well, so efficiently and effectively. And oh my god. Okay. Key to the mine. And my spoon. That's the forge. This is the mine here. Damn. Also, I want to make sure this is actually still recording. Yes, okay. Good. Find the mine's entrance. Okay. I'm guessing that's it, but I want to explore a little first, so I'm going to go back this way and see what have we here. Some old an old platform. It scaffolded the bridge. A handmade platform that features a tree and something that looks like a bit of a key. Definitely something I'll have to explore further. A smart man does not forget, and if he is just as wise, he writes down the essentials should he ever do so. May be of use in your journey. Father gave me this journal for our expedition. Oh, this is really cool. He always believed that much can only be understood if it is being written down and read between the lines. I was never good in finding words for my thoughts, nor even precise lines. But in view of the dangers that this journey bears and that we may not return from it, I want to document the events so that posterity may remember our deeds and their importance for all of us. Day 143 of the long night. We're preparing our journey. Everything must happen in silence, as the enemy's eyes are everywhere. Soon the rise of dawn begins, and on the day of equality we shall part. Day 177 of the long night. The rise of dawn is getting closer. I can feel it. Everyone these days is driven, hastening from one place to another, because we're not ready yet for our long journey. But will we ever be? Maybe it's a long night, but for some time doubts are creeping and concerning our undertaking. What if we're wrong? What if nothing but death is waiting for us out there? Alas, be that as it may, I swore an oath, and should it be Nerman's, then the rest of the gods will to take me to them, so shall it be. Day 3 of the long day of departure. Today the winds are in our favor, and Taldir and I decided that the time for departure has come. I could see the shock in Farahandir and Raya's faces. I cannot blame them. Even if we all knew the day would come, the potion of truth tastes bitterer than the imagination could ever
keep moving.
Shush. Could ever conceive. But in Hirdar and Tarkar's eyes I saw sparkling, the blazing of fire, thirsting for adventure. The farewell is easier to them. They have a wife and kid they have to kiss an unknown goodbye. It hurts me to see Sirah and Zanael's faces filled with sorrow and fear, as both they know the dangers in this journey their husbands entails. How I would love to leave them at home, but I need my best men's spear and bow. As the king's son, my family knows my duties and Taldir's. There's no other way for him, but the sacrifice these two brave warriors make weighs heavy, and it shall be highly repaid in our return. Day 5 at sea. The sea air does not agree with Tarkal, but irony, the biggest and strongest of us, kneels in the eye of waves. Hirdar and Siren are behaving mischievously, to the joy of Raj and Frahendir. May it be granted to them, Tarkron used his power many times to his own and our amusement. I remember him picking up Syrian with only one hand at his right leg, dipping him into the Smith's water bucket. I believe that day none of us will forget anytime soon. Plenty of these days follow our journey. Ah, yes, they are now on the ocean, the Great Water Road, or the Whale Road. Day 10 at sea. The days are long at sea, and the longer the journey goes, the more it challenges a man's spirits. Talger and I went through our plan again, and its alternative. If the weather conditions stay favorable, we should reach the shores of Eboria in 4 to 5 days. Hitherto, no sign of the enemy has been spotted. Okay, that's as far as I've written so far. Excellent. There's a lot put into this. I'm very impressed. Ashland Tamarisk. Also, it's just a very pretty game. I mean, even this is an extremely early little taste test. Just a little upon the tongue of what the game will offer when it's eventually, like a legitimate game, as opposed to just a teaser. Ooh, it's chugging a little bit. Ooh.
Looks like a storm is coming from the south.
Oh, it does. Golden crown beard. Oh, that's cool. Oh, God, the sun. Fuck off. Okay, so that was back in the Citadel, so we're going this way down to the mine.
An abandoned mine tunnel. What better place to find some ores?
What better place for a dwarf than the mine? What better place for a dwarf than the mine? Wiggle the mushroom, put it in your pocket, let's go, let's go.
Those looking for ores.
What? If that is ore, I probably need an actual proper pickaxe. That's blood. Ooh, that's cool. I'm hearing whispers. The giant dead spider, I'm hearing whispered voices coming from deep in the mine.
What nasty crawling creature. Glad you found your ultimate demise.
Stone Widow male. The male stone widow lacks the colored markings and red fangs, and his shell is less glowing and duller. Its lifespan is significantly shorter than that of its female counterpart. They usually stay with their mother spider until fully grown 3 moltings and then spread out to find a female for mating. Revenants, shadows, mammals, trolls. Oh, good. Oh! Red glowing runt. Bloom also growing in a damp dark location, having a sweet taste with the effects on the body when it return. The red glowing runt is a small mushroom that glows only in the dark and cold places. It feeds on decomposed plant matter and minerals and can be harvested all year round. Its sweet taste tempts people to use it for sweet dishes or to eat it as a mush, even though its effects have not been clearly observed and is still to be determined. Ice mint aids the pesticide. Growing from the borders of Eboria up to the lands of Eshgard, the sturdy plant loves the shade and cold of the mountain's ice. Being a hybrid herbaceous rhizomatous perennial plant, it's spread through the underground rhizomes, can only be cultivated this way, harvesting the herb before it blooms. Its bloom starts. In his Hisaran Arkasan provides... provides the highest concentration of oil in it. Okay. When cooked. Ashen Tamarisk is a neophyte with unknown origin. It's a pioneer plant, as it quickly spreads on newly formed gravel surface. It anchors its roots deeply into the stone, out of the ground. One says it can be found at the stony waters and greening sandbanks. And of course, the golden crownbeard. I heard a knock in a ring somewhere. Shrooms. Legends say this, that the year Queen Anra Stonebeard was pregnant, it was one of the darkest and coldest winters Arafin has ever seen. And the day her son Targan, glorious future king, was born, there was no sign of light to be seen. But when he made his first screams, rays of light came through the darkness, and the queen's nurses behold a flower in bloom. In Harkator, they picked a few and brought to the queen's childbed to lighten up her mood, and for her son to see the beauty of this world he was born in. I'm hearing clanging, clattering, and whispering. I don't like this at all. Oh, dearie me. I mean, the ambiance is wonderful. I'm having a fantastic time, but oh dear. Minecart. Ah. Enfin. Seems to have come a cropper. Mighty beards. They remain yet after death.
And it seems you're the reason why that mine overseer is lying over there. At least he killed you first. Hopefully there's no alive version crawling around somewhere.
I do not believe that old librarian. I thought that old buffer just buried his nose too far in his books and lost his mind. There's lying here in my blood by Talvron is wrong. They, or it, is coming from the deep tunnels. That stone witter did not act normal. Never have they come so close to the surface, nor did they hunt alone. Seems like something has driven them further up the tunnel. Okay, suffering from the classic case of writing while dying. As is known in many horror stories, weird fiction, and so on and so forth. Okay.
So he's the local mine overseer.
Key to the forge.
A key to the forge.
A giant stone widow has killed the mine overseer. Strange behavior, even for dire creatures. There seems to be something down the tunnel, but I can't go down there without equipment.
Before I can start to forge something, I need to gather the necessary resources.
Oh!
Which are... a pickaxe.
There was something moving beyond that grate. Ooh. Oh my god, that is so cool. She could like crouch or something.
Lecture 2. Gathering resources.
Forge cannot be part of the wood, and all those precious objects weapons cannot be part of the ores. Gather them. Right.
Next chapter. Lecture 1. Reading. That gate blocks my way. I wonder what's on the other side.
Spider. Big spider. Big, big, big spider. Many 8 legs. Okay, let's see if I can gather some of this ore then. Need more ore. Iron ore. Iron is one of the most used metals in all of Adafin. Many, if not most, of all weapons are forged with iron. There are a few rare sorts of iron, such as black iron, that can be found in mines in Nangrim. Iron ore veins are widely distributed and can be mined in almost every small local mine, as well as larger amounts in the mines of Ewendor or the Surin Eristir, the southern mines. Okay. Sweet. Over here too. Ah, the music of the dwarves, the ringing of the pickaxe against ore, the crumbling of stone, and yet to be forged metals, nascent. What wonder will I work with you? Should only you join me in this endeavor. Quite a lot of these little buggers all over the place, aren't there? I don't know exactly how much I need, so I'm going to try and grab every bit that I've seen or can see. And it's possible I may pass some up. But I'm going to attempt to be thorough here. Moving in here. I can mine those, that'd be great. Gold! Gold ores are relatively rare, which makes them a valuable metal that is mainly used for jewelry. Dwarves seem to have a special talent for finding gold veins in mines, although it is not known why this is the case. Their sniffers are just, naturally tuned to it. It's in the beards. the beards are sort of like metal detectors in a way. They can sense minute dust particles and tell like where and what sort of metal it is by their reaction to it. Fire Lancet. Ooh. Red glowing crystal, it looks like fire was encapsulated in his outgrowth. Legend says it's fused with Asgodar's blood that gives those who knows how to use it the power of fire. Dur Emerald.
What beautiful gems there are.
Hammer Emerald, a charming green gemstone growing in the northern mines of Nangrim. Its captive green shimmers has already caused numerous miners to fall to their deaths trying to pluck it. Ah, mood. Okay. I want to smack the... Fine. Oh, hello. I'm a very poor dwarf. I've already missed a couple of little nodes here and there. Sure. Scope the walls. I don't see anything else. Iron on my way back out. Well, okay, so I'm assuming that means there's not actual, like, hotkey swaps. That's what I was thinking that meant. Is that one could be the axe and two could be the pick, but I guess not. Alright, to the forge. Ah, right. Oh, it's recessed, right. Okay. Now, what have we here?
The forge. Let's get to work.
Forge like the dwarves of old. Alloys into iron. Iridium. One platinum plus something.
Lecture 3. Forging.
Now, as you have all the resources you need, it's time to head to the forge and start crafting. Make sure to always have an eye on the furnace's temperature. Forging or smelting at the wrong temperature will destroy your workpiece. Oh, good. Even though these waste clumps can be molten back to the ingredients is always a loss.
Another page.
Fantastic. Zadarin, as much as I appreciate your ingenuity, welding a stone key with tin is not a permanent solution. I think broke into two pieces as soon as I lifted it from the table. Remember, keep an eye on the detail and you'll see which materials you can use. You turn the stone key with its golden engravings. I guess that should be clear now, isn't it?
There's a broken stone keychain on the table. Maybe that letter is talking about that one.
Oh. A potato! A basic spoon is wood, iron, and copper. Temperature level 3. Basic cup. Iron 3. God, the basic oven cup is used in most of Negro's numerous taverns, made of pure irons that comes from nothing for puny humans or elves. Ooh. A light battle axe. Wood, iron, bronze, and 1 wood. Okay, I need 5 iron, 1 bronze, and 1 dur steel. A temperature level 3. I need 1 dur steel and 1 bronze. Okay. The art of smelting trees 1. For long our fellow beards and braids have been carving deep into the stone we call our home. Many different little precious treasures that they have found. Thanks to our friend Bard Hallimore Bargamir, who was, as told in the old tales, the one beard that discovered the precious ore of iron and made his pursuit to use this matter that has brought us to life and create something entirely different out of it, to mold it according to his will. Hallimore was the first of us being documented as a blacksmith and a true master in the art of smelting. These are the transcripts of his notations that could be preserved from the long winter. Metal ores. Iron. Though the uneducated miner may stumble over many valuable stones and not recognize them as such, he'd better be well educated about this one. The iron's ore might get overlooked too fast. Coming in different shapes and quality grades can often only recognize it from its subtle silvery glimmer when in contact with light. Luckily for the uncultivated eyes, some of the ores might be easily identified. Thanks to the distinct shape, or when walking barefoot head in the air, tripping over them. If you do so, the pain is well deserved. High-grade iron ore, a rare view, but highly achievable for every miner. One never forgets the beauty of the first found high-grade iron ore. This type of ore gets you much more of the precious iron we're all mining for. Be advised, bearded friend, never mind in a rush or hurry. Even the smallest chunk of ore is precious and you should honor it accurately. Missing a page. Alloys are to the weapons, are a weapon what the jewelry is to the beard, an embellishment and amplifier. Recipes differ in metal ratio, but once memorized, simple to apply. For example, the bronze alloy is very popular among the dwarven smiths to create beautiful ornaments, weapons, and shields. The bronze alloy consists of 3 parts copper, 1 part tin. The dur steel alloy is the dwarves' hammer.
What madness feels like.
Shush! The hammer steel. This metal is used for all tools and work pieces that need to be durable in harsh conditions. Dur steel is alloyed with 3 parts iron and 1 part platinum. 3 parts iron and 1 part platinum. Every forge, as small as it might be, has its own furnace. From the small local blacksmith's handcrafted oven to the enormous furnaces driven by lava in Nangrim capital. Every furnace has its unique behavior, and a true blacksmith knows his furnace just as he knows a good tankard for the finest boreal. There are some general rules of thumb, though. In small furnaces, one can usually not forge objects at any higher temperatures, nor is it possible to smelt every ore. Iron, however, is one of the most forgiving metals. One usually requires only a modestly hot temperature and not too much wood. Okay.
Where does the smith hide his gold? Let's heat the furnace. Looks promising.
Okay, god damn it. Okay, so what did I just make exactly? A key. Alright. Oh.
This belongs together.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that explains a lot, I suppose. Oh, I never did look up here, did I?
Too heavy.
What the? Remember, a lone warrior came wandering our kingdom. His garments are filthy and he half dead of thirst. He said the Nimbor mountains he had to climb. Foolish he is with the equipment he has. Any real dwarf would have tries to daring undertaking with a cankered axe like his and boots worn out, allowing the cold to move in. Sent him off I would have, but gracious as the heart of our king is, he had advised us to accommodate him and prepare equipment for his departure. Our grand already made his famously delicious Frinstigen pie, and Bellestrian delivered boots of the finest fur as well as cheerful gloves from Eshgard. But how was he supposed to climb with that with just a lousy axe? Assigned with the king was Haldor to forge him the Snowbeard's famous axe, but how should it be? The drunkard was already passed out in the tavern. Ugh. Why is Bordeal even getting served in the morning? Either way, I'll try to find out more and send the details for the work piece. Okay.
Too heavy.
Really?
This door's closed. This door's closed.
Yeah, they're probably all gonna give me that reaction, aren't they?
This door's closed. This door's closed.
Open duties. Get book fittings. Choose favorites for Girdle books. Transcribe Fogna's book 3 times. Pick more of the red mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Note to myself. Clean up scriptorium before Bagon finds out about the mush spilling.
Too heavy.
Yeah, friend Bard, Haldor's apprentice gave me some more details. The axe is called Winter Strike, and with its light 34.8 royal pounds, it is perfectly made for such an adventure. Unfortunately, the exact recipe is unknown. Asking Haldor, well, allow me to say this is not an option. The apprentice says that its head is 33 and 4/5 times heavier than its wooden handle. What does someone like me know? Said to a master blacksmith, the honor of the king. Might not get tarnished. A bit is on a sketch in Haldor's Forge. Oh. I'll read the special alum needed for this weapon. 2 in number, if I recall correctly. If I remember the name. Either way, don't use the expensive iron or wood. Aha. Well, looks like I'm for the mines again. This one? Nope. Forge. Scriptorium. Mine. Where are you? Brimfells. Did I ever come in here? Oh yes, I came from here. Back down into the mines we go. Pointing the wrong direction. We've got to go kill a great bleeding spider. Well, spider's not bleeding yet, but it will be. I promise you this. It will be. What's going down there? Yeah. Follow the mine tunnel. Reach support Cullis. That I have.
It seems you have reached the end of this Return to Nangrim playable teaser.
Oh.
By Taldoran's beard, I remind you that this is not a demo or a vertical slice. I haven't swung my axe, nor did I smash some of those 8-legged ugly creatures with the hammer.
Damn.
That I will find later, for sure.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Never judge a dwarf by the adventures he has not yet gone on.
Very true. All right, well. Now we have it.
And now?
And now, why? Guess I see if I can make this jump. Oh, I can. We're here. Up! You're so Taldoran's. Alright, yeah. That was fun. I'll just save there. I mean, why not? Well, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good time. I did. This was very interesting. And I really look forward to seeing what comes of this in the future. What a full version actually ends up looking and feeling like. Because this has a lot of potential to be a really cool adventure game, you know? I'm always looking for stuff like this. This kind of first-person RPG experience sort of thing. So this is definitely up my alley, even if I'm not necessarily much dwarf-minded, you know, in terms of, well, hoarding and gathering, sure. The actual whole crafting part, not so much. But, yeah, anyway, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.